Hi, how are you? I'm fine. Today we will speak about improvisation upon an harmonical bass. So a bass that implies some chords. And the way of working is the same. There is some note that go well with these chords, some note that is dissonant, that we can avoid or we can use in a certain way. This is the typical way of making music from the folk music, when you have some in a wedding or in a march. Many of this music has been improvised upon some bass. The basses are ever the same, so it's easy to make improvisation with something that you listen ever the same. But we will start with one chord. That's never happened in music. Oh yeah, there was a music with one chord. Il mondo in mi settima, a song from Adriano Celentano. Da 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 da. It was an improvisation upon one chord. But normally in music we don't have one chord. But it's interesting for us for learning, because the problem in improvisation, I told a lot of time, is if you have too many possibilities, if you have too many things together, you will learn nothing, and the improvisation will be useless for you and not good improvisation. So if in this case we make some limits, one chord, A minor, A, C, E, and a rhythmical structure from a valzer. Of course, it's a little boring after some time, but it's interesting for us. I started with E, F, E, F, E, and then I come back to the C. This is the second note of this chord, and then I go down until A. Then I come back again to E, and then I have to went to E to higher A. And we know that normally in a minor case, when we go up, the note number 6 and note number 7, in this case F and G, are sharp. And coming back, the same note are natural. But it's not so important. I could make something also totally without accident. In this case, the structure works circa the same, from E to C to A, and then to C to E, and then higher A, but without sharps. Okay, we learned something about how to use the first chord, the chord of A minor. But normally a music in A minor uses two chords. Upon the first note, upon the fifth note, the dominant, and this E major or E7 major, E, G sharp, B, D. So that is 1, 2, change, so first degree, A minor, fifth degree, E major, between these two chords we can make hour of music. But before I have to learn to make something upon this second chord, E major. This has G sharp. We cannot use G natural. Yes, we can use it, but in a special way, not normally. So now I will try to do something upon this E major. I start with E, as before. Okay, but it's not so interesting to make something upon a chord of fifth dominant, because the chord of dominant is something that is a transit between A, first degree, fifth degree, and again first. Is the sense, the significance of this chord is to going from one to the other, not to stay in one. So now we have a valser, 2 bars with our chord. I have to stop, and then 2 bars with A minor, first degree, and 2 bars with E major, fifth degree. I think that I used the last time the chord of fifth, just 1 bar. But it's not this is important. What is important that I try to have an improvisation with in the first chord, but with the second chord it was like an answer. The improvisation was, and the answer was something like this. Again. And then, now this is interesting. This is the third position. I did something that is different. That's implied that for me it was the end of something. We will listen and play again. I started directly now. My bass were not so 2 2 2 2. It was sometimes 2 2 1 2. It was not 1 5 1 5, but 1 5 1 5 1. So it was some. It's not so. It's better for being sure that you never changed the recorder, your bass before. And this was with minor. With major, always there is a lot of music, more music with major that with mean minor. We can play in C major. What I'm doing? First, 5, 5, 5, 5, first. So the chords are C, E, G, and in the fifth degree with 7 there are G, B, D, F. These two chords. With these two chords we had billion of music in the popular pop music. What can I do with this music? I can do what I want. But it seems a music not so sad, so I will make something like... And what is this? I make some note of the chord, G, E, F, D, but I make it in a way a little dancing. Something different from what I spoken before. This is typical for improvisation. I start with G, A, B, C. That is going from G to C. We can go hour with this bass to make improvisation. We can change the rhythm, we can make a valser. Okay? What we learn by this improvisation, that I found one idea, and then I repeat this idea in the new chords, but I cannot make G, F, E if my chord is G, B, D. So look. I have to change something. I can start the second time from F, first time from G. This is the run. As you can see, the chord says us a direction, a point where we have to look right, look left, go in this direction. Then some more classical. Follia from Corelli is a G minor. I have to do some lower octave. First part I did a mistake. I arrived upon a D when the chord was F, A, C. Was not so good. I tried to away. Of course, more long, it's more complicated, is the group of chords that we use. It's more difficult to make an improvisation. Perhaps you have seen that I was looking my left hand and not my right hand, because I have to check the note and the chord. The right hand the improvisation is more easy. Another chords that we can use very good for improvisation are the three chords used in the flamenco is E major, F, G, F, E. But it's difficult to make complicated things for the left hand and improvise really for the right hand. What I did, I make as improvisation something ever upon E. This is strange, because the first chord is E major, but the second chord is F major, and the third was G major. But this bass is so, I have to cut, this bass is so wonderful done, with so stark relationship between the chords, that it runs. The guitar player makes something similar when they make the first chord E major. Wow! And then the note of F major but with the bass, and then the chord of G major but with E, bass and I. Okay, it was just a short sample. And now, for making real an improvisation, I have to make something more simple in the left hand. I'm not able to do. I will make a chord. Of course, there is some style like flamenco, etc. But this is just smoke. What is inside the improvisation is the note that I will use. We know that I can use all E. of course not half an hour, I have to change something. And I'm going up and down. What is important is what happens when the chord change. This is the moment in which the improvisation can have his signification, its sense, or can be like a mistake. So what's important is the moment in which, boom, for example, the beginning. Okay. And the last thing, something very complicated. To make an improvisation upon a scale, I will use a different. I'm sorry. This. Okay. This is a scale in C major. Of course, each of these notes imply a relationship between what will happen. But, fortunately, by chance, also if you make something wrong, this, for example, I play E, and for mistake I play F. It's not so good, but I can use this F like an appoggiatura. So F, E, or if for example with C I play B, but I can use like an anticipation of C. So really we can use what we want. The important, what happened by chance, but the important that we give sense at what happened, and at the note that go well or go dissonance. We will try. We will start the next lesson about this. I think it's very interesting to make an improvisation upon a scale. Bye bye.